And we're live. I'm sorry. I'm confused by the arrows. Don't worry about it, Minerva. It's Intro Fighters. I just introduced it recently, but I'm not very good at explaining it. So basically what happens is when someone chats in stream, Intro Fighters will put them into the thing. And hello, Commander, how are you? And then when you chat, you get popped into the fight. And then you just fight. You don't do anything. Your little boys just murder each other. But first of all, congratulations to Minerva and to Brian for first and second, respectfully. Hello, Minerva. Hello, Brian. And hello, Commander. How are you guys doing today? I may have forgotten that I was streaming today. I acknowledge this. Just finished a bunch of little creative project. Hell yeah! I mean, that's basically what we're doing right now. And congratulations, Commander, on third. And heck yeah, I would love to drink some tea right now, but it is warm. It's very warm. I've been outside gardening for a portion of the day, so... In fact, as soon as I hit live, all of a sudden I was like, I forgot to throw that dirt out and back into the little garden area. I gotta go do that really quick. So like sprinted back outside being like, no, I need to do the thingy. It was perfect. It was exactly what needed to happen. No further questions. There will be no questions as to why I was baking dirt. And if there are any questions, oh, there'll be trouble. There'll be some goddamn trouble. Just had my last Saturday shift for the year. All that's left is a 4-day week, and then you'll be on vacation the following week. Let's go! You're so close, Brian. You're almost there. We had a solid 6 days of sun this week. I read in the garden, fell asleep while reading, got sunburned. This is actually our first, like, okay, so my view of warm is unreasonable because I live in an apartment building that teeters on, like, Geneva Convention torture when it comes to how warm it has the heat on, just regularly. Most of the time I have my window and my sliding door open, even if it's like a blizzard outside, because it's just like, no, it's too hot in here, god damn it. So, how to say it, you know, so if I'm just like, it's warm outside, it's like, note that you need to take into account the fact that that I'm also sitting in a spot that's kind of boiling me alive, and I'm like, I just want to be outside where there's cold. But yeah, today it was like just warm enough that I could go outside on my balcony in shorts and could just work on my little garden and just get that all sorted. Because that was supposed to happen like 2 weeks ago, and I kept putting it off, and I was like, do the thing, you silly goober. So I'm like, all right, no more excuses. Let's go do the gardening stuff. So I did. Our houses are here are built to trap heat in. So in the summer it's unbearably hot, and then in the winter we're cozy. There's gotta be a way to have both. You know, like there's those, how to say, there are those buildings that were built a long time ago, like the whole like Hobbit hole idea, you know, like dig into the side of the hill. And the reason that you did that is because your walls, which were dirt and then probably reinforced by some kind of building material of some kind, are naturally resistant to both. Like they will keep the cold out to some degree, but they'll also keep the heat out to some degree. And it's like, that's nice. Dig a freaking hole in the ground and build a house in it. You'll be happy you did. Future goals. We don't have AC here either, and it's not like a common concept unless you get it installed privately, and that's too expensive. Ooh. There's gotta be a way to cool yourself off, though, in some regard, besides, like, you know, fans. Because that's what my current thing is. It's just like, just have 3 fans in the apartment. Just one of them pulls the cooler air in from outside. One of them throws that cool air into like the living area. And then the third one kind of throws it all around like it doesn't care. And it's like, this will do until the summer comes. And then I'll just die. Also, Commander, what were you reading out of curiosity? Or attempting to read before falling asleep and getting sunburned? Hold on, I gotta remember all the things that I need to remember, because I was working on a little something just in the background today, and then I remembered that I'm supposed to stream today, and I was like, oh, should probably get on that. So I did. So now, if my blender's still open, it is. There we go. I'm making a little pillow fort in Blender. Oh, that's surprisingly loud. Let's reduce that volume a little bit. Shh. Why are you so loud compared to everything else, you silly, silly background music? Man, I gotta say, I've been listening to this freaking playlist a little bit, and like, it is up and down in terms of its volumes, and that's irritating. So let's just try a different song instead. Alright, that I can live with for so far. If it's too hot to sleep in my room, I'll sleep downstairs on the sofa. Been there and done that. Unfortunately, can't do it in an apartment complex, especially when you're on like one of the top floors, you know? You just get stuck. You're just like, well, all the heat goes upwards. Hello, Ling, how are you? I was reading Bitter Blue, the 3rd entry in the Graceling series, medieval fantasy where people are born graced with superhuman powers. Superhero meets medieval fantasy. Love to hear it. And thank you for the hydrate and the subsequent stretch, Cobalt. I appreciate that. All right, everybody, we're doing stretches. You guys better participate or there will be dire consequences. Listening to one of my favorite YouTube adventures on the Monster Hunter Wilds. Go on. Tell us more. Oh. Reaching upwards. 2, 3, 4. And we lean to our right. 2, 3, 4. Lean to our left. 2, 3, 4. And we lean back. 2, 3, 4. And since it's the first stretch, we don't just shake out our wrists. Although we are going to do that. Shake them out nice and good. Get all the day's built up carpal tunnel. Just shake them right out of your wrist. That's how it works, right? Then we're going to do some wrist stretches. So as I've mentioned before, point your forearm upwards and let your hand just rest limply so that your palm is facing down. And then take the back of your other palm and just gently push down on your knuckles until you feel that stretch right on the top of your wrist. And we hold that for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shake that wrist out and switch wrists. Same thing, gently push down till you feel it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shake that wrist out. Now we're going to do a little bit extra. You point your palm or your fingers forward, forearm straight, palm up. Use your other hand. You grab your fingers and you gently pull them downwards until you feel that stretch in your palm and in your wrist. And you just keep your hand solid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shake out that wrist and your fingers, let them wiggle around, and do the same thing to the other side. Grab your fingers and bend them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and shake out your wrists, wiggle your fingers, shake your wrists out one more time, and then finally, of course, we gotta wiggle out our feet because we just don't give our feet enough attention, honestly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and done. Now we should be all relaxed and all flexible and loose. And since we wiggled out our legs, we should also be footloose, the movie itself. Too many layers, well, there's not even a single layer per rival, so now what? Nothing, that's what. He has friends to experience it with, so it's hearing them cause problems. Ling, that's terrible. They should be helping. There should be encouragement. Tisk tisk. And thank you again for the stretch and the hydrate, of course, Cobalt. Also, I'm going to do a quick hydrate. Most grays aren't that flashy. Some are generic, enhance eyesight, stamina, strength, etc. Or skill-based, great with a sword, or super fast reading and writing, total memory recall. And some are straight up just graced with killing, don't need sleep, can change others' perceptions to disguise yourself, or is actually a telepath. Some are mundane, like my eyesight's better than 20/20, and some are I don't sleep, or I can read people's thoughts. Friendship ends with layer. Now Z-Axis is my best friend. I am not sure what you are saying, rival. I'll admit, you have me at a disadvantage in terms of confusion. Let's see. I want to see what this looks like with just a quick render of it. That's what I was about to do before, again, I realized that I forgot that I was supposed to be streaming today. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna give it a try. Go here. Go to the folder I was working in. Slap that bad boy over there. We'll just call it Fort. You say that, but the eyesight dude is the realm's best archer, and the guy who doesn't need sleep is honor bound to be a watchman. Oh, that's awful. What do you do? I stand at my post. For how long? Forever. How are your feet killing me? How long you been there? All my life. All my life I've been searching for something. Alright, now let's see what this render actually looks like. Alright, I forgot to turn on the world scene. Yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. So we're gonna need to play around with some lighting first. Unless I can just render it like this, which I don't think is how it works. No, that's not how it works. All right, we got to play around with some lighting then. Very well. Let's get some lights into this bad boy. Start with the sunlight, because that's always usually a good one. Oh, we have Blender time. Hello, Rommel. How are you? Turn off scaling because we're not going to need to scale the light. There we go. That'll add a little something something to the angle. Now let's boost that strength to about probably 1.5. We're going to make it a little bit more yellowy, just a hair more yellowy. Dealing with Sims 3 nonsense because why not? Well, why not? To reverse, how to say it, to mirror your exact statements, why not? We enjoy a good Sims being goofy goobers from time to time. And we'll do it this way. Give that a little bit of light. Makes the cloth stand out a little bit more, though. I feel like the cloth needs a little bit of work. Yeah, that's a bit more clothy. A bit more clothy, at least. Also, I did eventually finish Bitter Blue. I'm glad. I hope that you enjoyed the heck out of it. Did you simulate that? Of course, Rommel. Do you think that I have the sculpting skills to make a blanket look like a blanket? Nay. I go, make all the other items collision and look pretty, silly blanket. Oh, wait, I should actually probably slap it in place so that it just gets applied. There, now I don't gotta worry about timelines anymore. Look, once I figured out how to do basic cloth simulations, I never went back. Just like how making a pillow, like these pillows were relatively easy to make because you just kind of go, let's see if I can do this really quickly on the spot. Make a cube. Let's just move the cube off to the side so that we don't have to worry about it too much. Let's zoom in on the cube for a second. We go like this. Let's give it a scaling of a little bit more. Scaling of a little bit more. Boom. Go into the thing. This is for peeps who don't know these things, obviously. I'm sure Rommel's just like, dude, I know this. Why would you talk to me as if I don't know these things? And I'm like, well, you know, maybe not everybody knows, you know? Subdivide. Boom. We go into here. We give it a... Which button is it again? There. Give it a cloth modifier, put some pressure on it. We'll give it 1 pressure. Give it no gravity of any kind. We hit play. Poof. You got yourself a pillow. Not a good pillow. Whoop. Let's get it back to 0. Let's go with 2 pressure this time. Let's see if 2 pressure does something more fascinating. Those corners are surprisingly not looking as good, but there's a really disgustingly fast way to make a pillow. There's a better way to do it. I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing wrong entirely, but I don't know how Blender works. I open up a tutorial, I redo the tutorial and go like, "Oh yeah, I'll remember that." Never remember. But then I was told that the author came back after a decade hiatus and dropped books. Well, Commander, you gotta listen to them now, or go read them now. There's no choice. Someone was trying to explain to me how to sculpt it. I just pinned the corners and simulated it. Rommel, you're doing the right thing, honestly. Do loops near corners, subdivide multiplier. Yeah! Actually try that. I usually just box model that. Yeah, you just use the pressure because it puffs it up. No one knows how Blender works. It's true. The how to say it? The experts of Blender are just like, when I do this, it works. Don't ask me how I figured it out, for I will not tell. But I know that it works. I like the idea of maybe adding another light. Maybe a spotlight. Let's move this bad boy over here. And just point it to about there. Move it a little bit more this way. Move it a little bit more back. Rotate it slightly. And then increase its power to 500. Did I say 500? I mean 5,000. Let there be light. Xander, why are you coping? I thought you liked reading. All I know is that it makes donuts. True, and I've never made a good donut in my entire life, unfortunately. Grand Abbot is probably the best, and even he gets confused at times. Like, literally just like, how did you do that? And he just looks at you with dead eyes like, I don't know. And I would appreciate if you never ask me that again. There you go, there's the blend, there's the expanded light so that it kinda, can we make it a little bit more like so? Do I like this is the question. Started another series before I finished. Found out there was 2 more, plus my bookshelf is running out of space rapidly. I'll get them eventually, though. Can never have enough books. I am jealous of your abilities to read. I unfortunately have a very, very hard time reading. As much as I like reading, I can't sit and read for a long period of time. It's something I struggle with immensely. I have the book House of Leaves. It is on my table. I can see it from here. It's right there. I have had that thing for months, and I've only read about 100 pages of it. I used to do a book club until I realized that every time I tried to like finish a book, it basically was I would have to condense all the reading down to like the last week. And it would be really close to the deadline because I just had such a hard time like actually starting to read. So I eventually just went, I can't do this anymore. So I always look on with jealousy at the people who do have the time and patience to read. Because I do not. And it saddens me. I read like 5 books all of last year, maybe. How many... Was I still doing book club last year? I don't remember last year. Last year is a blur. I think I did. I think a lot of our book club was last year. Let me look at our Discord for a second just so that I can be like, wait. Oh yeah, it started last year. We read Flowers for Algernon, Lord of the Flies, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, Neuromancer. Neuromancer was good. I liked Neuromancer. The Hobbit. Guards. The Midwick Cuckoos. Moonwalking with Einstein. Did I ever end up reading The Giver? I cannot remember if I actually read The Giver or not. And then we were supposed to read House of Leaves in October, and then my brain just fully shut down. But that's a good thing, though. Captain, keep doing that. Keep up the reading. Reading is good for you. The Gaston meme, but it's Will. Which one specifically? Are you thinking of Disney World? Or are you thinking of... What is it? Like, women shouldn't be reading? How does that darn line go again? Gaston, reading. Gosh dang it, none of them have the full text, and I'm sad. Oh, there it is. It's not right for a woman to read. Soon she'll start getting ideas and thinking. How do you read this? There aren't any pictures. Huh. It helps that people get books for Christmas, so start of the year, it's front-loaded with new stories. Xandar's sitting there looking at the Christmas pile of books and going, well, better get started. And you know what? Maybe that's the right way to approach it. Yeah, that's a super sharp, but if we really thin it... Okay, yeah, that changes the lighting a lot, actually. I'm just bad at reading, Will. I'm not just making fun of you. No, you're good. I'm aware that I have difficulty reading. Like, I have dyslexia, I have ADHD, I have a reading and writing disability. Like, I'm rocking all of the reading difficult stats. Like, I'm sure some of you guys have seen before on stream where I try to read out loud for whatever reason, either for Halloween stories or text in games, but how you can probably notice that, like, my fatigue starts to increase pretty rapidly. Like, my my energy levels drop pretty quick. It's because reading on its own is relatively, like, takes a fair bit of energy for me to do, but then reading out loud, I have to do an extra layer to that. So it's like going from, like, getting tired from reading to, like, getting tired from reading, but also trying to read out loud. So it's like a 1.5 multiplier on, like, the fatigue gain. My brother got me an H.G. Wells collection, and that was finished halfway through January. First of all, nice. Works, though influential, surprisingly short. Good read, though. You got all the debuffs. It's true. Well, I guess I am. But it's for both of us. Rommel, how could you hurt me like this? Hello, Gwen. How are you? Rommel out here like, I'm about to ruin this man's whole career, and I'm like, joke's on you, I can't read. And Rommel gives me that confused, like, you know, like the triple dots at on top of his head, just boop, boop, boop. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I'm like, you can't hurt me, I can't read. Rommel's like, you know what, you're doing it for me. I'm not even gonna put any effort into this. Are you winning? I'm trying to, Gwen. I'm trying to set up a little background for an idea that I have. Because, like, some peeps do, like, community night streams. You know, like Luna D has their full moon parties. My other example has faded from my brain all of a sudden. I'm like, ooh, what if we do, like, what if we do, like, a, how to say, like, a end of the month, like, slumber party once a month kind of idea, where we just do community games, but we do it on the themes of, like, sleepiness. So I'm currently just playing around with some ideas, or rather I was playing around with some ideas, and then all of a sudden I remembered, like, oh, I streamed today. Well, it's supposed to be an art stream anyway, so this is almost perfect. Let's see how that render looks. Oh, that's not terrible, actually. Let's grab this image. Quickly call it, like, Fort 01. Then we'll go. Beep, 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 beep. You're so noisy. Goodness me. Hold on, I want to see the confused. There you go. There's a good confused. Like, what are you doing, kid? There's a whole convention coming up based on sleep. Go on. Is it the world's biggest sleepover? Captain's onto something. Commander's onto something. Why did I say Captain? I'm accidentally demoting you, Commander. I'm sorry. This is not how this was supposed to happen, but here we are. No, it's not quite right. Last year was 20K people, so I have so many questions. I am fascinated, but frightened. Mostly because I've just been listening to a lot of, like, very negative podcasts. So I'm like, when are you going to tell me that it's all bad? You're going to tell me that, like, they were all knocked out by, like, filling the room with ether or something and everybody was robbed. Simultaneously, the world's biggest sleepover and the most amount of people robbed in 5 minutes. 2 world records in a very short span of time. It's a furry coat. I figured that it was, but I'm not going to be the guy who makes the assumption. So that's pretty bad, right? No. You can't... How to say it? You can't judge a furry based on its... fur? What do I want to say? There's an easy like proverb / like idiom to be used there, and for some reason I'm just fumbling the ball right now. I didn't even catch it, you know? Like at no point did the ball actually reach my hand. It just fell onto the ground and I looked at it with just confusion, like, oh, was I supposed to do something with that? Okay, so the general idea, on a side note, let's hide this for a second. The general idea that I want to do, so we can break it down a little bit into the idea itself, is I want to actually, do I have like a quick... All right, hold on, yeah, we're doing this on the fly. Hold on, I just need a picture of myself, so we're just gonna... Perfect. One moment, Chad. Need to get picture of me. Terrible picture. Perfect. So many options, and I just decide to do this instead. We go back here. We grab the image. Perfect. I can almost replicate it, almost flawlessly. It's like I do this all the time, just being upset. Oh, you were far smaller than I thought you were going to be. The idea was essentially that I would be over here, probably in something a little bit more, how to say, I'll go for more like that. There we go. A bit more like PJ-esque. So probably be more in the t-shirt and the PJs kind of idea. But then over here, just for simplicity's sake, we'll just make a mark of it. Where's the thingy there? Over here, we would have chat on the blanket. That's the general idea at the moment, at least. I feel like an old man at Pride who was asked how many genders there were, and he responded with, I don't know, I just got here. And just say yes. Yeah, like, I'm just happy to be here. Just say it, you know, I'm just happy to be here. In that situation, you just gotta take on like a politician's mindset, you know? Like, say nothing, but make the person who asked you feel like you've answered their question. Or if you go for a bit more of like like a silver tongue, you approach it with a, like, I'm not sure, but I would love it if you would be willing to tell me. You know, like put them in a position where, one, they get to feel like they're educating somebody. Two, you get to learn so that should the answer be given to, so that the question were given to you again, like immediately you have a potential answer. And three, that person now feels like they have educated, how to say it, that person now can share knowledge with you, which puts them in a position where they will feel more favorable towards you. So you just ask a question. The guy admitted he was ignorant and open to learning in such a short phrase. See? Easy. Just be mildly, like, be open, be, like, slightly vulnerable, because in that situation, he is being vulnerable, right? Like, being like, I don't know, I just got here. Like, just like, I don't know. I'm unsure of how to answer that question. I am unfamiliar with it. I'm just here at the moment. Man, I don't know about this frickin' playlist. It is not hitting the way I want it to hit. 1 second, we're going to find a different playlist. It's just not hitting the chord that I want it to hit, you know? Let's go for this one. Did Twitch die? I hope not. But also, hello, not the big boss. I hope that you're doing well. Yeah, I think we'll do it like that. I don't know if this background works with what I want it to, but just really quickly we expand it by, whoops. Expand selection by, oh no, it'll have to be more than 1 pixel. Probably have to be like 5 before we see any kind of change. We'll go here. And then we'll fade it so that the blanket is still there. Boom! Easy. For a few moments, I wasn't able to click on your channel. And the one on YouTube. Weird. Hope that I didn't break anything by accident, because that would suck. Actually, speaking of which, I've totally forgotten that I'm supposed to turn my subtitles on. But they're on now. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. But yeah, there's the general idea. I don't think it's quite there yet. I'll have to change the background a bit. I don't think the background works. It's too unreadable. But also, obviously, we're gonna like change that to like that or something. Nah, dark doesn't work. Because I like the idea of like the treehouse idea, because it's like, you know, like the Sleepy Bread Clubhouse kind of idea. I'm going to be, like, full transparency, I'm going to start changing the backgrounds a little bit over time. I want to transition a bit more towards the idea of it being like a little clubhouse, so like a little treehouse kind of idea. So like different areas will be responsible for different things, like the little gaming area will look a little bit more like maybe like a projector being pulled down, and chat will still be on the, either will be still here where it is before, or maybe we'll put it down there. Look, I still got a lot of ideas that I need to ponder, but with a fancy reading room and fireplace? Oh god, no fireplace. Have we learned nothing from The Simpsons? Who did the electronics? The Irish did it. Who knows more about electricity than the Irish? Or the Amish, I'm sorry. It's the Amish. The Amish did it. Who knows more about electricity than the Amish? Immediately fire or treehouse burns down. Sorry. I remember the line now all of a sudden where, what is it, the ice sculpture falls on Homer's legs, trapping him so that he can't get out of the burning treehouse. And what is the stupid line again? Oh yeah, like head burning, legs freezing, middle. Very nice. I was about to get my potato cannon at the ready there. Commander, you can't. Potato guns are dangerous. They'll hurt someone, I'm sure. Yeah. The layout in the back doesn't work. We'll have to give that a second try. Though I'm not sure what exactly is incorrect about it. That's the thing we're gonna have to figure out. Is it that I just need to be further away from it, maybe? Do this kind of a situation? That it doesn't look as large and therefore the back can still have the stuff? It might be what it is. Silent Rain, how's it going? I hope that you're doing well. Thank you so much for stopping by. Mashed potato cannon. It could be delicious. I'm just trying to... Isn't that basically just the equivalency of throwing a handful of mashed potatoes at somebody, though? Not the big boss? But just, like, it's being thrown by, like, a... How to say it? By, like a baseball pitcher. So it's like... This mashed potato cannon and gravy hose. That sounds like a mess. I'm doing pretty good today. I'm glad to hear that. And I'm doing all right. We're trying to figure out how to make this little sitch work. I think the problem is that, well, maybe not. Hold on. Let's give this a little bit of a try. Let's see what happens if we use this one. We need to go back here. I'm not taking away the screaming, though. That one's too important. If we replace this one with this one, yeah, then it's a little bit too small. I do still like the idea of chat being there. I'm just realizing that this particular part is going to be a little bit difficult to actually make work. Bacon bits confetti. Oh, especially if it's like hyper crispy bacon. So that when you throw it, it's like actually like, ah! We got dinner and a show. Of course. So I feel like I've goofed my model now. Hold on, we're gonna boop. No, you're straight goofed. I think because you stepped. Yeah, you stepped. Gosh dang it. 1 second. Accidentally made the model step, and that's just gonna cause all sorts of problems. There we go. Back at it. Sorry, I had to message somebody really quickly. Sass somebody really quickly, one might even say. Oh, model, work with me, please. I'm leaning forward. I'm not doing whatever the heck I'm doing. Oh, bye there. Bye, Mr. or Mrs. Bot. Best viewers? Already got them. Don't need them. Get out of here. That's why you're banned. Because you're spitting lies. Now, if I reduce my size a little bit, still sit about there-ish. Can I still make this work? There's a certain point where I can't go further because I'm just back to where I am before. Because that's where it was before, so that's too big. The bot turned your stream into a house of lies. That's a Simpsons reference. Another Simpsons reference on the pile. Ah. Why must you turn my... Oh, how does he say it again? Dang it. Why do you turn my practice into a house of lies? Okay, it's true. I don't brush. I don't brush. Why don't we go and have a little look at the big book of British smiles? I don't know why I remember this. Hold on, we're gonna go back to Blender for a second. Because I don't hate the look of this, but I feel like we can do better. And I'm just trying to figure out how. Do this really quick. I mean, there's lots of things we can do differently. We can move the pillows around in the direction that they'll be. We can change the general setup altogether. We can... Well, quite frankly, we can do quite a bit. I just don't know what specifically. Because I know I like the idea of a blanket being draped over the right side. That's what I want specifically for the setup. Of like the, how to say it, like the image itself. Though there is a part of me that, like, maybe I should just draw it. The problem is that I'm not the best at drawing, which is why I'm always a little bit like, maybe that's not the route we want to go down. Hence why I'm going into Blender at the moment. Though lighting's also not really been much of a strong suit for me, and like this lighting in particular is pretty weak. So I feel like a bit more lighting would probably help it out, but is this song? I don't want it. You warble too much. Another song chucked into the bin because it's not hitting the vibes that I want. Perhaps I'm too demanding of the music that I want to hear. But I'm not going to apologize. Let's go to this one. Boop. There we go. There's some good tunes. I feel there was some of our music where you're getting hit by it and you're just like, It's not doing it for me. This is not what I need in my life right now. Let's with this one. Just go with a pure reset. There's the other one. There's the other one. Oh, you've definitely been scaled. Dang it. I don't think you've been scaled. Or maybe you haven't been scaled. It's probably you. Let's do you specifically. Egad, they have indeed been scaled. Or maybe they haven't, and just this. Yeah, I actually moved this one and the other. I moved them in the Cathang. Oh, what's the button sequence for that again? Fairly close. Everything else. Delete, delete, delete. Yeah, one's been scaled a little bit. Doesn't matter too much. Let's turn off the lighting for now, and we'll just start clean and fresh with a brand new setup. See what we can do with these here pillows. Let's look at a couple of little like cushion forts. See if we can find something that can make this work. Don't mind me, chat, just suddenly having to do research. Very embarrassing, honestly. That might be something. Let's zero this bad boy out for a second. And then we'll rotate you this way. Rotate you this way. We're working within the confines of the Kathinger over here, of course. Bring him forward, because this is going to be a three-dimensional. Nice big cushion right there. Oh, and also ads are coming up. All right. We need to take a quick 3-minute break, everybody, because the ads, how to say it, the server spirits must be appeased. So we need to take a quick 3-minute break. But during the meantime, if you guys can, then able to get up and stretch. Grab yourself something to eat, grab yourself something to drink. Make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. I'll be back ASAP after I go eat a cookie. And I will be back. And I will see you guys very soon. And I'm back. And Agent Kawaki, thank you very much for the bits. That's very kind of you. Hello. Commander, you can't use my emotes against me. That's rude. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Hold on. Alright. Now we're ready to get back to work. Wow. Man, there's a part of me that just wants to, like, start from scratch, you know? Like, back to the drawing board. Cube. And pillow-esque shape, roughly. Expand it by just a little bit. And we'll slap on one of these. Give him a whopping 10. This way. Give him a whopping 10. Give him one across the way. A. Subdivide. Easy. Okay, did work. Just in case I goofed somehow. Then we go here, over here. There we go, cloth. Give him pressure. Heck, we'll give him a pressure of 2 this time, just to see what kind of shenanigans we come up with. Oh, look at this pillow. We're not aiming for a pillow though. We're aiming for a cushion, and this is more of a cushion shape. Because if you go any further, although very satisfying to watch though. It's like a marshmallow or like jello. Just how do you this is how I presume that if you use the same materials on those what are those mattresses called that you can order in the mail that come in like a tiny box and then they just when you open it, like Casper mattresses or like Helix. This is what I presume you would do is if you did that with a pillow, where it would just go boom. Yeah, that's too much. We'll do it here and we'll see how it looks when we give it another sub. Yeah, that actually works pretty well cushion-wise. It might be that the thing itself was too thick to start with. So let's actually reduce its thickness by just a hair. And we'll see if we can do something better with it there. Let's recheck to make sure that all of the stats are correct. Yes, and we... It just doesn't stop being enjoyable, you know? Again, it's like Jello. Or those, oh, what is the name of that? Those darn things. I think it's a marshmallow treat of some kind. Maybe it's a pudding? It's like a harder pudding that you can make, like, little animals out of. I can't think of what the heck it's called off the cuff, but... Regardless, we want... You're like Jello. How dare you call me fat like that, Ignis? Calling me out live, but also Ignis. Like, tell me that this isn't enjoyable to watch. Are you ready for this? Hold on, we'll zoom in even more. Well, we'll go like so. We'll really get in there, all right? You ready? Boom. So satisfying. I don't know what's happening. I just joined. Oh, I'm making a pillow. So, for context, to anybody who doesn't know what's going on at the moment, what we're doing, we've taken a box, essentially, and we've given it a bunch of faces so that it can kind of like have the ability for its geometry or its polygons to actually adapt slightly. And then what we're doing is we're doing a cloth modifier on it. Specifically what we're doing is we're putting pressure on it and making it that it's not being affected by gravity. Because if it's being affected by gravity, it's going to plummet into the nether. What pressure does is it basically inflates it like a balloon. But because it's limited by its geography or geometry, it can only go so far. So what it does is, boom. Now we can do lower pressure. We could give it like 0.1 pressure, for instance, and it'll go. See? Almost nothing happened there. You can still see the jiggle, but it's a very, very light amount of pressure, which is not what we're looking for. If we go for like 1.5, there you go. Ooh, that's almost more like a pillow, right? Like a really, like one of those like pillows that you just fill halfway with air and you just kind of go. Because what we're looking for is probably this shape right here. This might actually be a better shape. We're gonna see what happens if we give it a. Ah! Fida, thank you so much for the resub.
Wills L3 blue pillow, 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 Wills L3 blue pillow.
Aw, I was getting into that rhythm. Rhythm over. How are you, Fida? Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you again for the you know the one. For the resub. There we go. That's the correct. Again. All right, we'll do it once more just for you, Ignis. Actually, we'll do something crazy here just for the funsies. We'll give it even more edges, and we'll see what that does. We'll do the 1.5 still and see what. Oh, that is clothy. Ooh, that's clothy. Look at those folds. That's a pillow right there. But now, we're going to give I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to give it a pressure of 5. We're going to 10 times the pressure. Ooh, those sides are getting pulled in as that pressure's pulling it upwards. The geometry's getting squeezed in because of it. Ah, we love to see it. Okay. One more time because of my own curiosity. What does 10 do? Oh my god! From pillow to seal. Okay, well, hold on. How ridiculous can we make this? Hold on. We're gonna up this by 10-fold, all right? Okay. 100 is too much. We can't do 100. Okay, let's try 50. Let's try 50. Nope. That pops that thing like a balloon. What about 30? Nope. Can't handle 30 either. What about 20? Nope. They can't handle the pressure past a certain point. Look what you did, Ignis. Look what you did to our beautiful pillow. Oh, it's like liquid. Okay. This might crash Blender. I acknowledge this might crash Blender, but my curiosity is... Nope. Wrong button sequence. Why are you being like this? Why aren't you letting me go into edit mode? There we go. We're gonna subdivide it again. And we're gonna see what happens. Why am I being dumb? Alright. That's so many. Oh yeah. Fida, this is about to become a disaster zone. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's having a hard time. Oh, look at that time frame struggle. It's still doing it. It's still doing it. It's doing its best. It is slowly becoming an actual pillow. Look at those wrinkles. Ooh, beautiful. Hold on, let's actually look at it. There you go. There's what we have. Oh, it's like liquid. It's more of an air mattress than anything, or like a water mattress than a pillow at this point. Oh yeah, this little buckaroo is having a hard time on the system, but if we just want to look at it regularly. Why are you slowing down? You just got this all sorted out. Fine, we'll wait. We'll give it one more attempt here and see what we get. Frown face. Should I see what happened? What's going on, Rommel? Teach me your ways. Teach me your fancy blender ways. All right, there we go. Why is it doing that? That's so strange. I'm not like undoing anything. You know what? We are just gonna go back to where we were though. It's too many subdivides. There we go. Because we'll subdivide it again afterwards. Oh, it's so satisfying to watch. Again, it's like Jello. Just yes. Thank you. And that will be our pillow shape. So we slap a subdivider on there. Make sure that we're actually seeing what we're seeing. That's a pretty nice pillow if we give it a little bit of an auto smooth on it. There we go. That's couch cushion-esque. It's enough at least. So just for simplicity's sakes, we apply that and we apply that. Shiny materials, I could see this thing being just as engrossing. I'm too driven for results for the most part. Fida, I wish that I was more like that, where I could just sit in there and just be like, ooh, and hello Pavlov, how are you? But unfortunately, most of the time it's like, no, I have this goal in mind and the goal must be made. A little bit too clean though. Actually, in hindsight, let's not do that quite yet. If we're doing it this way, we can make it just a hiccup. Wait, I'm doing this incorrectly. I want to do that with the points. I am see-through. Yes, I am. Flatten slightly. Move upwards. Flatten slightly. Move upwards. There. A little bit flatter that way. Are you making a pillow? Kinda. It's a cushion. For context, we're trying to make a pillow fort, and I didn't like the way that the pillow fort looked, so we're starting over. I'm trying to get more used to that didn't work, let's try again. Because I'm not good at that, so I'm trying to actively make myself do that. And we'll just slap a simple material on it. Again, we already have the blue cushion. Easy. And then we just duplicate. Boop. Just push that bad boy to the side. And you instead get the orange cushion color. And now we have two cushions. Behold. So fast. Also, Ignis, did you submit your time yet? Or do you have a time for it yet? If so, what's your time? You have to legally tell me. named. So now we have to pull this back out again so that we can actually see what's up with the camera. And we gotta figure out how to make a good pillow fort. Though just for funsies, because I need time to think, we're going to instead just be dumb about this and just have some fun with turning that into just a simple collision, adding a plane, scaling it up a fair bit. We'll do the same thing. We'll give it 10. And we'll give it 10. That should be enough. Put this over top. Give it a cloth sim. This should work. For those who just want to watch visuals. And now you have a simple piece of cloth. It's not acting particularly good because I don't think it has the polygons for it, but if you want it to stop right there, you got yourself a pretty nice piece of cloth. Now, if you were to, let's say, subdivide it again, you gotta start from the top. Oh yeah, you need to get the cloth back on there again. There you go. Because of its extra polys, it drapes a lot lower. Ignore the frayed edges. It still looks nice. There, boom, tablecloth. Grab, slap a subdivider on there. Ooh, and we'll probably also need to add a solidifier on there first. Outwards. Thickness of, let's say, 0.5. Ooh, maybe a little bit thicker still. Let's go with 1. There we go. Beautiful. Tablecloth. Behold! That's what we're going to be using later to make the, That's what we're going to be using later to make the, brain. You can do this. The blanket that will flow over top of the fort. You know, once I get that all sorted out and actually figure out how the heck I want to make this fort. I'm just going to go all the way back to the start rather than all this silliness. There we go. Both of you off screen with you. We'll deal with you at a later date. Now your duplicates, however, are not so fortunate. They will be used in accordance. But how will they be used is the question. The big, grand question of them all. Oh, also, before I forget, I don't know why I have decided to do this, but my one friend doesn't promote themselves very much artistic-wise. So you should go, if you haven't already, and go and like and follow Alt-Tab-G, because she makes really cool art, and I like her art, and she's cool, and therefore needs to be appreciated. Gosh dang it. Her 2 new pieces of art I really like. Especially the sunflower one. The sunflower one is wonderful. Are you not sitting? You should be at 0. Goodness me. The most entertaining thing of all, watching somebody trying to make a pillow fort. While having the wee-woos go by. Oh, I know. It's so crazy out there. Oh, I hope everybody's okay. To steal a quote from a YouTuber that I haven't watched in a while and should get back to watching again because I enjoy his stuff. Huh. Well, that's on me for not watching content that I enjoy. Ooh, okay. We had the idea to start with, so let's give it a try. Put you over there. We don't want it to look stable. If it looks stable, is it really a good tree fort? Nay, I say. The less stable, the better. Really quickly make sure that we're just going to default. Pull back just a little bit. A little bit off to the side. I still want it to be our cover. Like that. Then we line this one up at a whopping 90 degrees. Can we make it? We're about to find out if we can make it or not. No, it doesn't make it. Well, that doesn't mean we can't cheat a little bit. Go for local. Add scaling. Just expand this bad boy just a tiny bit more, you know? What's the harm? Spoilers, there is no harm. Besides, it'll add to the incredible lack of stability, which is what we're aiming for, right? Doesn't that look incredibly unsafe? Good. That's how it needs to be. You want that entrance to feel like it's gonna topple over any second. And then what we'll do is we'll duplicate. How did I manage to select one? Oh, hello, Liar. How are you? Thank you so much for the hydrate. I will get to that in uno secondo. I'm just very busy right now building a pillow fort. But thank you. How are you doing today? Happy weekend. Oi! Somebody calm that dog down. He's acting crazy. All right, how's it going? I think, well, it's certainly going. I don't know if we're making incredible progress, but we're certainly trying. And in some cases, isn't that all you can ask for? Ooh, what if we just, for funsies, make that a blue one. So this would be blue.003. There. Just to add a little bit of different color variation amongst the general situation. And then I want to grab this one, duplicate it again. And no, you wouldn't do it the correct way. We need this thing again to look as unstable as possible. Because no pillow fort should ever scream structural integrity. If it is, an adult made it. And that makes it bad. Again, and the duplicate will go there, and it will be tilted just ever so slightly so that it continues to look extremely dangerous. As it should. As it should. Duplicate one of these. Not what I meant to do. Meant to just rotate. Whoops. Liar, have you gotten a chance to go out on an adventure? With the zooms? Have you got a chance to... What I'm asking is, have you had a chance to have zoomies? Is the real question. Like, I'll beat around the bush sometimes, but in this situation, nah, I'm just gonna straight ask. Did you have a chance to get the zoomies on? So I think... Duplicate. Rotate. Actually, no, we could just have it like that at the bottom. I'm sorry, did I use the incorrect words? And hello there, Lunity. How are you? Good morning. That's what's causing the issue. Haven't done much lately. It's been really cold. Thanks for the head pats, I guess. Well, I hope that you get a chance to go out on a zoomy adventure soon. That's my hope. Just trying to think, do I want to have this further away so that it's got even more layers under it? Or do I want this thing to be closer up? I need to figure out how I'm going to install them first. I believe you can do it, Liar. It'll be great. Congratulations on the 5, Lunity. I'm trying to... Okay, for context, I'm trying to build a pillow fort, and the old one I didn't like. I didn't like this one. It didn't work. It looks wrong. It looks fake. So, I'm trying to build a better one now. Though it might just be that at the end of the day, I'm just not going to be able to make it in Blender because I just won't be able to make the thing I want in Blender. But I'm using this to try and figure something out. To make some kind of an idea. No, we only do duplicates. There, and then technically, what can be the situation is, this is not important because no one can see this, but I like that if it's just slightly off angle. It's never good at making pillar forts. Well, that's the thing, Lunady. It can never look stable. If it looks stable, you've made it wrong. Just saying. That's why I'm leaving a notable gap right here, because obviously that means that it's less stable. Because the general idea is, for those that are just coming in now, just push this that way. What? Yes, Ignis. And thank you for the hydrate. I am out of water, actually, so put that thing on the back burner. I'll do it when I get back. Yeah. I wanted a cookie during the break, okay? I wanted a cookie. So, I got a cookie. I didn't get water because I'm stupid. But what's eventually going to happen is we're gonna scale X. This will probably have to be closer to 15. Whereas this can only has to be 10. Boop. A. No, I said A. Do what I tell you to. Subdivide. And then we move this son of a gun over here. And then we turn all of these into collision objects. I'm pretty sure I could have just selected them all and do it, but why do it easy when you can do it complicated? Blender's so difficult, and I used to work with Maya. Oh, same. I hated Maya. Maya sucked. But yeah, then we out here. Hold on, let's save. We out here like full blown agree with you. Yeah, I got lucky that the studio that I worked at was a Max. 3ds Max studio, because if it had been Maya, I would have just been like, end me. We're gonna have to add more. Much as I don't want to, we're gonna have to add more. And we're gonna have to scale it up a bit too. No, that part's fine. This is the part that we need it to be a bit longer, so that it actually drapes over the front. All right, and let's give it another go. And 3, 2, 1. Let that bad boy fall at the speed of molasses as my poor computer has to start reconciling. Ooh, does it reach all the way to the bottom? It looks like it's going to, which is fine. Oh, did I actually make it too long? I did. Okay, we're actually gonna have to try this again. Let's just try moving it a little bit forward instead. So the idea, just to be clear, is how I have it over here. The reason I have the blanket on the right side is because I want chat to be over top of the blanket. And then on the left side is where I'll be. Because the general idea is there's a couple of streamers that I know that do like monthly like community streams. And I'm like, well, I would like to do that, but I would like it to be themed. And it's like, well, what if we do like an end of the month sleepover kind of theme? So it's like, well, that needs a pillow fort, obviously. Well, that's like, okay, well, how do I set it up? And this is just the just chatting stream, is all that this is going to be. There's nothing significant here. I want this to be what it is because I'm dumb and silly and like to make things difficult for myself. So right now, we're trying to build a little pillow fort. Ooh, it looks like it might be at the length I want it to be. It might just reach the bottom. Yeah, it's going to be a bit longer than I was kind of hoping for. It actually kind of works. You know what? We'll take it. Then we'll go in here and we'll son of a frick. Oh, I hate tabbing between things because then I forget. Doesn't matter. Not important. Don't care. L plus ratio plus don't know plus don't care plus didn't ask plus... every other thing. All right, so we got the cloth, and then we'll just give it a quick texture. I think I still have one. Yeah, we'll just blanket it there. And then what I'm thinking is since I like the idea, I hate that leaning there. It doesn't make me lean forward. There we go. That makes me lean a little forward. But now my microphone is not going to be in the right spot. 1 second. Work with me, microphone, you son of a gun. There. Now I can move you around a little bit more easily. Apologies for any squeaking that you guys just heard. The arm of this bad boy can be a little noisy. But the idea that I've kind of got is that I want to lean more into like the Sleepy Bread Clubhouse kind of idea, so that we do a more of like a treehouse theme in the background, which is something that I really want to do. I've already mentioned it before, so apologies to the people who have already heard this. But I like the idea of like leaning more into like the clubhouse idea. So it's like, well, what if the clubhouse has like an end of the month like sleepover thing, and that's like the theme, quote unquote, for the monthly like community stream. So now it's like, okay, well, I want to change my entire backgrounds. Now I want to change what's over here to what we've got, what's behind me. God damn it, I've broken the model again. I do not know how to anti-step myself, so I'm gonna have to frickin' close it and reopen it. I will one day figure out how to fix that. Right now is not the day. And I'm too stubborn to learn it on the fly, so I'm just instead going to just head slam my way through this. There we go. Model correct. There we go. Yeah, so I want to like have more like wooden panel backgrounds, and probably change this screen specifically to more of like a like a wooden treehouse background with like a projector tarp hanging down, and the projector tarp would be the screen that's to, well, right here. I have plans, is what the situation is. And right now I'm just sitting and thinking how I can make all this look neat. I guess technically what we could do with this scene is, this is the overlay Like, the regular overlay is just like a wooden, like, treehouse background with, like, chat where it normally would be in the just chatting section. But then during the like the sleepover themes, we could have this thing over top of it, where like it's like, yeah, you know the little hangout area that we normally hang out in? Yeah, it's a pillow fort now. Yeah, that might potentially work. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud at the moment. I'm just running through some ideas live, which is something I'm not used to. I tend to plan things very much by myself. So this is new to me. I don't like it. It's weird and gross. Out here like Patrick Star, like, who are you people? Okay, yeah, it's much crunchier without that. There. And we cast a smooth upon it. And yeah, the background could just remain the background. That wouldn't be that big of an issue. Because we can just, once again, go to transparency is already there. Perfect. So we save. And if we were to just give this image a render, I mean, it's going to look bad. Oh, it looks very bad because there's no lighting yet, because I forgot about lighting. That's what we see right now. So should probably fix that. So let's add some lights. Let's see if I can actually remember how the heck light works. Let's start with the sun. Point it more in that direction. It's got a little bit of that. We'll add... just do like a point light in the middle of the fort so that it doesn't look as dark. Perfect. 1,000. Hell, let's go nuts. I don't know. If we have a little light source in there, it would kind of work, right? It's like, what is happening in there? It's just like, oh, I put a candle in there. How bright is that candle? It's pretty bright. Anybody here ever seen a 50,000 watt candle? That thing is running on pure kerosene. Like when you have a lighter, if anybody's ever had those lighters before, like those cheap like dollar store lighters that has the little slider at the front that has the plus minus. If you're on minus, it's like the small little flame. If you plus, that's what's happening. It's on pure plus. It's just... all gas, no brakes, baby. Yeah, let's reduce it by a bit. Just a bit, though. There. Now it's got a light source in there. No one knows what the light source actually is. Don't matter, though. We'll double the strength of the sun so that stuff is not... See, the problem there is it looks so wrong. You know? It looks like it's made out of wax. And I'm sure that's just because I'm not playing with the textures properly like I should be playing. Oh yeah, obviously metallic. Make these things weird and shiny. That's the right thing to do. Give them a mission. That's the right approach. Like, it's not awful, but it's not great, you know? It doesn't quite look right. It doesn't look like the sliders do a whole lot either, which is... Whoop, let's not play with clear coat. Now let's just put you back to where they are. Hey Lex, how's it going? What'll probably happen is I'm just going to use this as like a template and then just draw over top of it. I think that's probably the better approach to things. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Lex. That's a shame. I hope it's a piece that's relatively, how to say, that's relatively,
I am stupid.
Why did you automatically mute that? And also, what an incredible time to have that happen. Hash dang. Me out here, like, just quickly wanting to check to make sure that the one stream that I was looking at was still going. And it's like, yeah, let's unmute that. I didn't ask you to do that. Already replaced it. It's the part that holds the camera. An important piece. Sorry, me just pondering for a moment. Give me time. Wait, no, we do need gravity. Otherwise, that thing would have never done what it did. Speaking of which, should definitely be adding the cloth to it so that we don't lose that. That would be quite a shame. Is the camera on top of it specifically, Lex? Or am I misunderstanding? Or just mentally not putting things in the right place? Like, I don't hate this idea, but I don't like the way it looks in Blender. And unfortunately, I don't know texturing for nothing in Blender. So I feel like it'd be better to just take an image of this, render this bad boy out, steal it. Let me take a look at what you got. Ah, okay. Oh, and now I'm also getting raided. Alan, thank you so much for the raid. That's very appreciated. Oh goodness, what is this line? Also, hello, Fenrir. From the lurking darkness, dripping blood and rot rises a sheep. A sheep who gave everything for victory, dredged with blood-red hair and nose swollen beyond recognition. His perseverance through scarlet rot. He persevered through scarlet rot and took down a queen using not his own weapon, but a mimic in tears. For that, thank you very much for the follow. Not even a gift sub. Thank you very much. Oh god, I'm not going to say that. Om Nom Phone. I hope I'm saying that correctly. For that, we shall raid to share his shameful victory to the rest of the world. And also, thank you very much for the follow. Alan, are you okay? Are you okay, Alan? I saw that you were head slamming against a boss. The last time that I saw you were on Death 19. Just Om Nom. Om Nom. I can do Om Nom. Om Nom is lock-inable. There we go. That's the word. But hello, everybody. Ended up having to summon to win. That sounds like a win to me, Alan. Were they defeated? Then that's a win. I believe in you, and I'm proud of you for attempting it for 6 hours. And there's nothing wrong with going, heck it, let's summon somebody. As someone who really sucks at Souls games, I wouldn't have made the 6 hours. So a tip of the cap to you for even giving it a try. I gave everything up to Peter. Alan, please, I'm sure you did fine. I watched 1 or 2 of your tries and was like, oh. Good luck. Be brave, sweet prince. You did your best, and now it's time to wash your hands of the blood and rot and take a nap. Or to hydrate, whichever one is the thing that you need to do at the moment in order to take care of yourself. Let me snooze ads for a second. How you doing, see a 3D modeling? Yeah, I'm trying out, yeah, I am using Blender. I'm doing how to say it, I'm trying to plan for something, but I know that I'm not going to be able to make a good texture of it in Blender, so I'm just modeling out the shape and then I will draw it afterwards. Because I can, how to say it, I can quick and dirty model in Blender, but I can't texture to save my life, so it's like, alright, I'll use it as a base, and then from there, I'll draw on top of it. That'll be the way that I'll approach this. Which we're gonna do right now in terms of saving. Hopefully it goes correctly. I never picked up again. Fenrir, you gotta get back to it. I believe in you. I feel that my 3D modeling class did not teach texturing at all. We learned how to model, we learned how to texture slightly, but I learned how to model and texture in 3ds Max. Blender's a whole different beast. I know how to now model in Blender slapdash, but I want to rip my hair out. But that's when you need to wear a hat and have something to fidget with, so that if you feel like pulling out your hair, you can fidget with it. Like how I have a fidget ring. I don't know if that's coming out through the mic, but whenever I'm getting stressed, I play with the fidget ring. So in your case, you gotta find something that'll help you do the de-stress. Like paper. Ripping paper can be very, very comforting. Or cardboard. Maybe you should try a fidget. There you go, Alan. Think about it. Get a thing that you can just play with. Alternatively, do what I used to do. Have a cardboard box nearby, and if you got really frustrated, take your pocket knife and put a hole or two in the cardboard. You feel so much better. There's a certain sound that comes from putting a pocket knife into cardboard. I mean, it's not good for the knife sharpness, but I'm just saying. I got a fidget spinner and a fidget slug? I don't actually know what that is. And also I realized, Lex, I missed your message. 1 second. Got invited to some friends. The mutuals. Good luck, be brave. I hope you don't fall in. The only thing next to me right now I can fidget with is a pizza cutter. I used to cut props. But I don't know if I should fidget with that. I mean, you can spin it. You know, you just hold the handle and just spin the thing with your finger. I don't know about that one. Come on, Alan. You never know until you try. Just don't hit yourself, you know? That's why I use the extra knife. Exactly. Sir Hugs-a-Lot gets it. If someone has a pocket knife, they have at least 3. I had another one, and it vanished on me when I was helping out family with the sheep. It fell out of my pocket, and once it falls out of your pocket into the straw, it's gone. It just is. It's gonna vanish. All right, I'm gonna go pick up a pizza, have fun with Model. Ooh, have a good time with pizza, Alan. Thank you so much for the raid, by the way. Please do yourself a heckin' good time and enjoy your pizza. You better enjoy your pizza. Can't come in here proclaiming pizza and then not enjoy it. But yeah, I used to have 2, and then the one vanished. So now I only have 1. It's a really good knife, though. It's just one of those simple little flip ones with kind of a woodenish handle. It's got a nice click to it, too. I don't think it's on my desk at the moment, so I can't give that nice click. They're 3D printed slugs that jiggle to make it move when you bend it. Or that with joints. Sorry, I don't know why I read joints as jiggle. My brain's all sort of fried right now. To make it move when you bend it. Makes a lovely sound. And really fun to fidget with. All right, I gotta look this up before we go to ads. Oh, these things! Yeah, they make kind of like a tick 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 noise or like a hrut noise, I think. I am aware of what you speak of now, Silent Rain. Now that I've Googled it, can confirm. Sort of like that. I know, I can't replicate it perfectly, but I can... You can't see it, I'm tapping my temples right now. It's just like, I can hear it in my head, I just can't replicate it. Because I know the sound roughly. I think the thing jiggling is your brain. Oh, Fenrir, you can't call me out like this. I'm so embarrassed right now. True, my brain's straight sloshing right now. Also, unfortunately, ads are coming up. So, first of all, to the peeps who came in with the raid, if you guys need to go take care of yourselves as well, please by all means do so. If you would like to stick around, we're going to be going for probably about another hour or so, because I want to fidget around with 1 or 2 other things still, pun not intended. But, unfortunately, we are going to get hit by ads, so we need to disappear for about 3-ish minutes. In the meantime, if you would like to stick around, if you can and are able to, I hope that you get up and stretch, grab yourself something to eat, grab yourself something to drink, make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. I owe at least 1 hydrate right now, so I'm going to go get some water. So I will be back in about 3-ish minutes, and I will see you guys very soon. And we're back. Hey, Dub Shadow, how's it going? Okay, Dub Shadow. I forgot to ask you last time. Did they increase the difficulty of the Forever Winter? I have like a comfy map that I tend to do when I just want to like do like 1 or 2 runs really quick. And thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. And I swear the last like 4 runs that I do with kind of like the quote like comfy map, I've been like thwarted of comfort due to just like extra minions in the way and increased amounts of combat here and there. And I'm like, I don't understand. And thank you, Silent Rain. I appreciate that. Also, the hydrate, for those that I owe it. I'm going to do 2 gulps just in case I missed one. But I've seen the hunter kills more frequent. Bruh, I was doing, what is it called again? Scorched Enclave. And I got one of those, what is it, like the night missions? You know, where it's just piles of corpses and it's foggy and it only has cyborgs and the mothers show up. I think they're called mothers. Regardless, I was in there and I was sneaking around and all of a sudden the dog was there. And I just had so much nope energy because I don't know why, but that gosh darn dog makes me so uncomfortable. Like, I just get immediately like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, gonna die, gonna die, gonna die, gonna die, gonna die. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. But he wasn't hunting. He was just there, walking around. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and GTFO then and just basically make a stealthily mad dash to the pipe. It's like, nope, done. Nope, 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 nope. Alright. Well, I chat. I'm gonna add some pillows to the back, see what that feels like. Really? Because I had a night map for Ashen Mesa, and that one didn't have any grabbers. It was, or any grabber of any kind. It just had some mothers and well, the cyborgs, of course, because cyborgs. Welcome, Marketplace. The markup was something like 80 times material cost. God damn. We'll get grappers by the bunkers and planes. Then I got lucky. Because my usual thing, and I apologize to everyone else who does not play this game, but I need to get this out of my system for a second. I usually start in the, I think it's the ruins? Or the desolated, or the deserted city. If you look at the map, it's the most top left point. And then I walk along the catwalks to get the materials from up there, go down the catwalks towards the like sunken city area. It was the Eclipse specifically, I believe. And then head down the way towards the one collapsed building that leads to that big open overpass, and then I head along that spine, if that makes sense, and then go through that exit specifically because it's a relatively fast way to go, and it makes relatively decent gains because you hit a bunch of loot boxes, or like loot containers rather. Eclipse is night shift. Gotcha. Yeah, so that's normally that's my chill one, is I just take Ashen Mesa, or Mesa, however you say it, and then I go over the bridge, because the bridge is relatively, specifically because when you make it to the end of the bridge, you can decide, do you want to get shooty shooty bang bang, or do you want to just mad dash for the exit? It's usually on the other side of the bridge when I get the hunter killers are now engaged, they will never stop coming. Because normally I end up getting into a shootout and then looting every corpse and being like, yep, I have so much money or loot that the game's like, you've exceeded your allotted loot and kills, citizen. We're sending out the big bads. Murder will come your way soon. And it's just like, well, time to get to the exit. That's just downstairs. Which character you play? Currently I'm leveling up Shaman, because I think Shaman is cool. I love his aesthetic. I like his run speed. I like his carrying capacity increase. He gets a fair decent amount of the... Hello, Spencer. How are you? He gets a decent amount of the backpacks. I mean, he's no... the other two that can do that. I've forgotten the name. Bagman and the other big bulky boy, like weapons guy. I can't think of his name anymore off the cuff. He's to the left of Shaman. So yeah, we're definitely going to add... Yeah, we'll add one of the long pillows in the back too. How you doing, by the way, Spencer? I hope that you're having a good weekend so far. Did you also get the, how to say, the post-winter winter? Oh, you are set to local, and I'm just blind as a bat. Yeah? Yeah, we went from like 9-ish Celsius with lows of about 1, and then for 3 days we just had blizzards. Just high -1, low of -7? No, -9. Because the one day that I went out to go get a couple of groceries, I had to go through like wind chill of like -12, and was just like, woo, this is waking me up. First thing in the morning, let's go, boys. Was asking just in case it was Mask Man. Their aim downsides is off center at the moment. Really? No, I'm relatively good at the shooty shooty bang bangs right now. I mean, take that with a grain of salt, because like, I'm good when I don't have to be in a panic situation. If I'm in a panic situation, it is as over as can be. It's me going, well, I'm gonna die now. I know that feeling with the weather. The problem is Silent Rain, and I'm sorry that I'm gonna be this person, but like, I enjoy the cold weather. So for me, there's a lot of just like, ah, yes, bring me the cold. Me, not so much. No, I know that I'm the minority in that thought process. Oh, they've changed it at this point, Lex. The passive resource drain doesn't exist anymore. They've changed it. If you ever want to run some duos and I'm lollygagging, hit me up, sure. I'll give you a shout. Northern European, like cold. Shocked Pikachu. Yeah, they've changed it so that the passive water isn't an issue anymore. They've made it now that certain places that you spawn at will cost a certain amount of water to spawn. So instead of it being a passively draining thing, They made it that it's now a resource for kind of picking spots that you want to start at. But as long as you're doing missions or like the quests and like picking up water every now and then, you should be relatively, like, you should be in a decent position for it. Yeah, water's a currency now, exactly. And yeah, Lex, I was in the same boat. Not enough that I didn't want to try it, because I love the aesthetic. The aesthetic of Forever Winter, like, appeals to me. I love that style. Like, I love that dark dystopian feel. That stuff just hits me in that exact spot that I enjoy. So I did end up playing it and being like, the water thing is irritating. But they kept on mentioning just like, oh, you know, like the water thing's not set in stone. And I'm like, that's positive. And then I saw a lot of movement of the community being like, can we change the water to something else? And I'm like, oh, this might have been a good purchase. And then they did end up changing it. And I'm like, oh, there it is. There it is. Picky with temperature. It has to be just the right temperature. Uncomfortable. It's that way with hot and cold. Body just hates me. I feel ya. I can't remember what the heck it was, but my some of my family members are like that, where it's just like, it's so cold out here, and I'm like, it's nice out here, and then they step inside, and I'm like, it's kind of warm in here, and they're just like, it's so hot in here, and it's like, do you just not like being comfortable? What's the situation? And it's like, no, obviously it's just a sensitivity thing. But I definitely have that with peeps where it's just like, I don't understand. I don't know what the problem is. Well, good news. The problems that you have with it have been fixed. I'm sure you'll have other problems with it. There's still a lot of stuff in it that is a bit, a bit glitchy. I had it the other day that I hopped off the side of something and then sank into the ground and could no longer get back out again. Have yourself a good night, Brian. Thanks so much for hanging out so long today. Also, congrats on almost having your week, or your vacation week, or vacation month, vacation year. Hype that you're almost at the point where you get to take vacation. That's the wording I want to use. That's the one. We got her. No, I think this idea is better, actually. Because this is more Pillow Fort-esque as well. Just that it's like just barely hanging on. The only reason that it's hanging on is because there's a wall here right now. You can't see it, but there is a wall there. Just trust me on this one. I think I do really actually like this look. I think I like this. I think this is what we're roughly going to go for. Pillar 4 looks so comfy. Oh, why, thank you. I don't know about the color of this, but again, we're going to be drawing over it and giving it a nice... aesthetic. I'll be bugging some art friends being like... help. And they'll be like, okay. It's like, thank you. What's wrong, Luna D? What's wrong? If enough orcs believe. Exactly. This can't fall apart if enough of the boys with a Z believe this thing can't fall down. See, Lex, you understand. It's cold. It's not cold. You're crazy. And by that I mean your tolerances for hot and cold are different than mine. And therefore confusing to me. So therefore wrong. Add an extra blanket. That's the only thing that you can do, exactly. Just stay warmer. Oh god, unless Dub Shadow, you're talking about this bad boy. This thing can't take another blanket. It'll collapse under the weight of a feather light. If a feather were to fall from the sky and land on top of this thing, the whole thing would collapse. It is in perfect equilibrium right now. It's like Mr. Burns, and his illnesses. How they can't, how to say it, all of these illnesses are trying to get into his body simultaneously, but because of that, they all jam the door and therefore can't get through. Add more blanket, add more orcs, both. You know what? We'll give it a try. I could not model an orc rapidly, but if I could, I'd do so. I'd be like, orc. But I can't, so no dice. I haven't zipped up my jacket once in the past 4 years. It's not that cold. I did have to bundle up a couple of weeks ago, because it was like... You know when you need to go, like, how to say it? You want to cook something and you're missing one thing, and you're like, well, I'm going to go get it. Because I want the thing. Or I want to make the thing. So I did that, but outside it was like almost a complete whiteout. Like it was snowing sideways. So I'm like, I may have to bundle for this one because that looks pretty nippy. Step outside. One of those ones, it was one of those colds. This would have been a few months ago, actually. Sorry, this would have been a few weeks ago. That was poor wording on my part. You know that cold where if you exhale, you can feel, for those who have facial hair, you can feel your mustache starting to freeze? Like, just the exhale through your nose is freezing your mustache. That's what was happening with me. It was like, oh, it's cold out here. Hoo-hoo. Time to go for a walk. I think my favorite thing I've done, mustache will confirm. Oh no, Commander, he knows. I think the favorite thing I've done before with a roommate once upon a time was we used to go out for ice caps, which is a thing that you can get at Tim Hortons. They're ice cappuccinos, so it's, you know, like ground up ice with like coffee and sugar and flavoring and such. We would just get those sometimes, and at one point we were both just like, I really want an ice cap right now. And my roommate was like, yeah, let's go do that. And we look outside, and it is day 4 of like one of the heaviest snowstorms that area had been hit with. Like, every sidewalk had a minimum of 3 feet of snow on it. And we were like, it's ice cap time. So we trudged through like between like 2 and like 4 feet of snow. And it is a notable walk. Like, unencumbered, it is a 15-minute walk. Encumbered, it was about a 35-minute walk. And the parking lot is practically empty. There is one person working there. And we basically like push, like we pull open the door and kind of fall inside. Because we're so used to like fighting that when we're suddenly don't have any resistance, it's just like it almost felt weird to step forward. And the person just kind of looks at us, and we get there, you know, like we shake out all the snow, and like we're like wiping our faces from just all like the damp snow that's forming from it. And we finally walk over to the cashier, and they're just like, what can I get for you? And it's just like, 1 ice cap, please. And you could just see the look of them going, I'm sorry. It's like, 1 ice cap, please. They look past us to the window of just a heavy 4-day blizzard, looks back at us, and it's like, okay. Like, you could see the, I'm not gonna argue with you, but I also don't want to be held responsible for your potential demise. But I guess the customer's always right. My body gets really confused with temperature for like 5 years. When I lived in my old apartment, it was constantly, oh, good God, 46 Celsius. I wasn't allowed to change the thermometer of that. Never been the same. That's Geneva Convention. Like, whoever was doing that to you, Silent Rain, should be part of the Nuremberg trials. Send them to jail. Maximum security prison. I don't want to argue with you, but I do think you're nuts. Basically, Fenrir, that was the expression that I read. And then we just sat down and drank our ice caps and was just like, all right, you ready to go back? Yup. All right, let's go. There we go. All right, I'm going to move that image over to here, because I think that's the one we're going to use. That seems like the one I like the most. Oh, wait, actually, I grabbed the wrong one. Well, we'll grab that one, and then we'll grab it, like, we'll make the second one like a 0.5. Save. Apartment is condemned for poor living conditions and bad mold. I think it's torn down now. Good. I hope the person who caused that was in it when it was torn down. I'm not apologizing for my opinions. For my objectively correct opinions. Because those are those situations where it's like, how could there be mold? And it's like, oh, I don't know, the extremely humid and hot conditions that are like perfect setups for expanding mold rapidly. You know, just a theory. A game theory, sorry. I'm pretty sure that was Pavlovian just now. Quite frankly, I'm embarrassed. Alright, well then I need to send this to a friend as well. Ooh, it's under the size. Let's go. A lot of people from a lot of people were quite confused. There's a lot of times in my life where I was learning Zippo tricks and always having it with me. To be continued. I'm a message cap. You're good. You're good, Lex. Don't worry about it. There we go. We're gonna grab that. We're gonna grab this. We're gonna slap that bad boy into the correct spot over here. So it's either that one or that one. Where is that chat again? There we go. Ooh, what are we gonna get? Let us wait and see. Oh, it's my shopkeeper one. It's my cashier outfit. Let's go. Oh, God. Silent Rain, that sounds awful. I'm on the 11th floor, and I only take the stairs once a week for exercise. You know, like I go down the stairs and then I go back up the stairs. 18th floor? Nope. Also, why was the pool on the 3rd floor? Put the pool on the 1st floor where it belongs. I have so many. Also, the fact that the elevators weren't working should be a crime. We have that here sometimes because we have really crap elevators in the building that I'm in, and there's only 2 of them, even though we're 12 stories. And when one of them is broken, you just know. You know, the moment that you summon the elevator, even if you don't know, you know. Because the wait period will tell you. It is like, yep, one of the elevators is down, and it's that one, you know? Like, you can just, because there's no noise coming from that elevator shaft. And you just make a bunch of cranky noises, because it's the only thing you can do. We had the elevator go, so we had a fun time at one point. I'm pretty sure I've told this story before, so I apologize in advance. We had it once where one of our elevators was down. They had to put it, or had to pause it, because the close door button would shock you. I found that out by being electrocuted by it. The other elevator, so that was one elevator down. The other elevator's 4th floor button was just straight up not in it. And I'm like, okay, well, if anybody on the 4th floor has any kind of movement issues, they're screwed. And at that point, I was just so done with this apartment. I'm still here, unfortunately, but they make you have to sign into one of those, what do we call it, like one of the portals? And they have it that you can put tickets in for problems, you know, so for your apartment, where in the apartment, and somewhere in the apartment building, but they don't have one for elevators. There's no way to complain about the elevators. That didn't stop me. I'm like, well, there's the lobby and there's electronics, and there's electronics in the apartment complex and or in the elevators, and one of the electronics is the 4th floor button. So we didn't have an apartment for, or sorry, we didn't have that one elevator for about a month and a half. And every single day, I would put in a new ticket for the lobby electronics and would say, elevator's broken. 4th floor button doesn't exist. And every day they would go, we have looked into this, and we have looked into this, close the ticket. And every day I would open a new ticket. I'm like, nope, I will harass you guys into fixing this because I am so sick of this shit. Man, bathroom nodded. Bathrobe pocket, got Zippo in hand, opened and lit it with one motion. Couple of spins with it, finally lit the cigarette. Man with cigarette nods in response and then witnesses how the man in the bathroom disappears into the darkness. accompanied by Zippo clicks. Lex, you leave that poor cigarette smoking man alone, gosh dang it. He just wants a cig. He's just out for a dart, bud. Let him have his dart. But on the bright side, he had you to light a cigarette, which is pretty nice. We appreciate the individual who does have a lighter on them. Even though I am opposed to smoking, mostly because, well, one, smoking's not good for you. Two, some family members used to smoke a lot, and because of that, I had a lot of ear infections as a kid. And three, I don't respond well to cigarette smoke. I don't have asthma, but getting hit with cigarette smoke is just me just coughing and wheezing for a notable period of time. Oh, you're good, Lex. That was completely readable, my dude. Wait, I needed to check something. Yeah, okay. Sorry, Silent Rain. I had to bring out my really terrible Canadian accent. I had to do. Just that little moment of like, wow, I see an opportunity here. So I've got to give it a try. Obviously, I'm going to do poorly, but that isn't going to stop me from trying. Gonna go to bed? No problem at all. Minerva, thank you so much for stopping by. Please, well, good luck with fixing your sleep schedule. I'm trying to do the same, honestly, so best of luck. Hoping for the best for you. And thank you again so much for hanging out today. Always good to have you here. Oh, I misread your message entirely. Thank you, Dyslexia. Wait, how long do you have to wait until you can go to bed? That's the big question. I gave my whole spiel just to reread and be like, well, that's embarrassing. I'm sorry, Minerva. Oh, embarrassment chuckles. The only thing I can do right now. How long do you have to stay awake still? Because I'm in the same boat where I need to, like, really be careful with it. Been waking up at 4 every day this week. It's 8 now. Okay, so right now would actually be the right time for you to go to sleep. I'd say try to aim for like 10 and then try to get up at 6. Like, do a gradual over there. But I don't know sleep patterns very well, and I also don't know your method of sleep. So perhaps your method works the way that it works for you, in which case, do what you gotta do. At the same time, quality in my head was better. No, you're totally good, though. So I just need to type more or talk more, or both. I'll never fix my sleep schedule. I'm too far gone. But Silent Rain, you could fix it right now. Well, you could fix it in 2-ish hours. You could go to bed then. Just take a sleep aid or a melatonin. I hesitate to say melatonin, though, because it tends to give me horrific nightmares. But you could just gulp and be like, wah. Yes, what is the sleep schedule? Don't you start with me, Dub Shadow. You sleepless son of a gun. My issue is that I don't use alarms and I wake up naturally every morning, so staying up might not do anything. Are you known to sleep for like about 8 hours, give or take an hour? Because if so, then yes, going to bed at an X period of time will probably help you with that. I keep my sleep on there too. By going to bed at various different times. Fenrir literally just like just walks past their sleep, and it's just like, what time's it gonna be? And they're like, come on, Fenrir, don't do this. And it's just like, what time's it gonna be tonight, sleep? It's like, come on, man. Don't do this to me. Oh, it could be in 5 minutes. It could be in 3 hours. You'll never know. Also nightmares. Yeah, that's why I can't use the melatonin. It gives me horrific nightmares. Very vivid nightmares, too. Oh, they're terrible. If I go to bed at midnight, there's a 50-50 chance that I will still wake up at 4. Nah, I like those odds. That's a coin flip right there. If I had a coin on me right now, I would do the flip for you. I'd be like, all right. Heads is gonna be they wake up on time. Actually, wait, hold on. I might have a coin nearby. 1 second, we're gonna do it. All right, we'll even use a toonie just for you. We'll use the big coin. Because you're worth it, Minerva. You're worth the toonie. All right. We'll say what we said. Heads is you go to bed on time. Or is you wake up not at 4 a.m. Ugh, I hate to tell you this, Minerva, but that is tails. We are not seeing we're not seeing Queen Elizabeth this time. Wah! We're seeing the polar bears. Also, I just dropped my toonie. This is why I'm not allowed to play with money, because I lose it. Back into the thingy you go. I'm sorry, Minerva. I feel terrible now. A part of me says that I should have just lied. You know? It's like, why didn't you just say that it was heads? Like, because I don't like lying. I just say the thing. Best of 3. Oh, brilliant! Fenrir understands. Let's get that stupid thing back out here. Where are you? Same one. Minerva, I'm so sorry that I'm doing this, by the way. Alright. Oh, that's heads. Oh, there's hope. Alright, final spin. That wasn't even a flip. Will, come on. You could flip better than that. Well, okay, well, I dropped it. That's not a good sign. I have dropped and... Oh, there he is. You sneaky devil, you. Coin tosses are rigged anyway. You get 50-50 stats if you flip it like 1,000 times. True! Or you get very close to it, at least. No, my coin. How am I dropping this thing so much? Minerva, I'm nervous that I'm gonna fail you with this spin. There we go. There's the one. There's the one. Oh, it's heads. That's 2 heads, Minerva. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna do great. We're rooting for you now. The toonie is on your side. What would it be if it lands on its side? If it lands on its side, Minerva's like deepest wish will come true. Like tomorrow. You know, like one of those like silly email scams from back in the day, you know, like if you send this to 10 people, your crush will message you within 3 hours of doing so. But in this case, it'll be like this thing that you really wanted. Tomorrow. Tomorrow it'll happen. Also, thank you for the head pat, by the way, Silent Rain. I appreciate that. Wow. Okay. Ooh, those were some pops. I apologize to those who did not want to hear pops. I think we're going to wrap up ourselves, or we're going to wrap up a little bit earlier than we normally do. I see a certain Geekbot currently playing Repo and being horrifically murdered. Goodness me. Oh, yep. Yep, Geekbot just died. I think we're gonna go and say hi to Geekbot. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, but I do want to say an extra thank you to everybody today for hanging out with me. I know that this is a stream or a stream type that I don't do as often because I tend to wanna plan everything out by myself because I don't like people seeing my ideas when they're not complete for whatever reason that happens to be. But I'm trying to get past that a little bit. And again, thank you to the peeps who rated me today. Very much appreciated. And also we are, in fact, we're gonna head over to Geekbot. I'm mumbling and muttering too much. Let's end the week by going off to see Geekbot. There you go. If you're subscribed, please use the top raid message. If you're not subscribed, please use the bottom raid message. Everybody, for the final time this week, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. I'm going to do my outro. We are going to go, and then we are done for the night. So, everyone, thank you so much for sticking around. Whether you were chatting, whether you were lurking away, just popped in and out for a second, know that you were super appreciated. Hope you guys are having a great day, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever time it would be for you. Hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope that you're drinking plenty of water. And when you finally do sleep, whatever time it would be for you, hope you have a very restful sleep. I will see you guys over at Geekbot. He is currently, as I said, he is collabing with a bunch of peeps playing Repo. I will hopefully see you guys over there, and I will hopefully see you guys sometimes next week. And if not, have yourself a great week and subsequent weekend, and I will see you guys the next time that I see you. Bye-bye for now.